This is Business Sunrise, your morning wake-up call. Business conversations to make your day. Tell your story on Business Sunrise and let your message shine. Register your company for your free Business Sunrise feature.
Hi, I'm Colin Douglas. I'm the founder of CNerve Softworks Incorporated, and here we add value to client projects by solving complex problems with creative solutions. Based on my extensive experience in software development, especially game development, I realized there was a need for virtualization and real-time 3D visualizations outside of traditional entertainment and marketing sectors. There's a lot of people who don't fully grasp how some of these new tools could be used to make their businesses more effective, make their lives easier, and, well, we enjoy demonstrating it. Digital transformation is a great buzzword, but it doesn't just mean shoving your entire life into a cloud server hosted by somebody else. Digital twins aren't just for buildings. They could be used for car simulations, for looking at a new car you're considering buying or building. It can also be used for meeting notes, for building out a new way of visualizing your meeting notes and presenting them to someone else in a much more exciting, entertaining way. It could even be used for something as simple as simulating foot traffic for a small retail store to help plan out where people are going to loiter, where products are going to be positioned, or if you need to move something so people don't bump into each other a whole lot. And at the same time, it can scale straight back up into helping to simulate the urban heat island effect to plan out where trees are needed in a city or where green spaces and cooling areas might be necessary. All your life doesn't have to go up to the cloud. One of the specialized pieces of knowledge we have tends to be finding technologies that will work for folks who are trying to keep things local, trying to keep things under their own control, especially when they have data that has to be kept local for privacy, security, or even just governmental contracting reasons, particularly healthcare is one big reason for that. The Unreal Engine is the primary tool we use for visualization, virtualization, and it integrates well with technologies that allow you to keep control over your data and privacy over your data. And one of the points of pride we have is that we not only recommend these tools, we use these tools ourselves, and we demonstrate by our excellence with these tools that, yeah, we can get the job done for you. And not only that, we can teach you how to do this or to support it on staff. So you're not dependent on us, which is something that's I found to be irregular in this industry. There's very often a push to be dependent on a certain type of service or a certain contract or anything. And we're a small company. We don't have the ability to support all these people. We wouldn't be able to scale up effectively for that. So instead, we focus on doing our job well enough that we can train you to use these technologies to build this stuff out, to have a part in this digital ecosystem, which companies like Epic, the makers of the Unreal Engine, they're focused on delivering these advanced technologies and sustaining these technologies. And they handle a lot of that kind of support with that growth pattern once we get you started. And yeah, if you do need us to come back in and reevaluate, because maybe your project has shifted scope, maybe there's a new thing you want to expand in the digital verse, absolutely, we can do that. But we don't want to be there because we have to be there. That builds resentment. We want to be there because you want us to be there, because that builds customer loyalty. There's a lot of talk about Web 3.0, digital verse, the digital next step. It can be your personal digital universe. It doesn't have to be something that you share with others, but it can be. That's the wonderful thing about these kinds of technologies, is that if it's built right, if it's planned right from the outset, it can not only work for you, it can work for your friends. It can be that kind of candle that is lit by another candle and you keep sharing it around. There's a lot of different ways to interpret it. There are ways to interpret it with artificial scarcity that forces a very restrictive and limited view, and there are purposes for that. But there's also ways to promote the replicability of these technologies and to build your company, your business around those sorts of technologies that are open source, that are things you can build a team around and rely on, because you have as much control as is possible. Because when you control your technology, when you control your digital verse, you're able to write the story. CNerve Softworks stands for cranial. The cranial nerves are the nerve groups that are inside of your head. They connect your eyes, your ears. They're responsible for your secondary senses, which seems kind of odd. Your eyes are your secondary senses, your ears are secondary senses, but that's because your primary nerves, that's the spine. And these cool nerves, they're the ones we're talking to most of the time. We're talking to your eyes, we're talking to your ears, we're talking to those senses and making sure that those senses are believing these virtual experiences, because if we can do that, then we can make that world almost as real as the one you can sense by touching, because those are the nerves that are coming up your spine. And that's what we aim to do. If you're planning out a new project, or if you're considering a digital transformation strategy, check out our website. See if our knowledge is a match for your challenges.
Business Sunrise is a short feature on BCN News that allows your business to tell your story. Contact one of our producers to be considered to be featured on Business Sunrise on BCN News. The guests and topics on this show are not always affiliated with BCN News, and any comments are the opinions of the individuals. We strongly advise, before making any decisions, to research the options available.